Welcome to Straw Hat Crusaders. Buongiorno. This is a podcast where three JoJo fans read One Piece for the first time, and a One Piece fan watches JoJo?
Whoa.
This is a bizarre adventure? That's crazy. How's everyone doing this week? Oh, my name's Josh. And in front of me is
Clayton Chalman.
And to my right is
Hayden Hartrick.
And to my left is
Adriana.
And to my me is Josh. Yeah.
That's kind of awesome that you know yourself so well.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's taken years. How's everyone doing this week? How's everyone been?
Woohoo!
Yay.
Good. I've been the past 2 days for me have been very busy with a lot of very good stuff.
Yeah, we had a show at a new venue called Cold Town. Mm-hmm. Can we drop the name?
I don't care. I don't know.
Clayton bleeped it out.
Sure thing.
Yeah, called Cold Town Theater in Austin, and we killed it, and we had a great freaking time.
Yeah,
actually, it was one of the best. It was one of the best little segments we'd had in a while.
Really?
I felt so good about it.
It was a really, really fun performance.
And we get to come back.
Our musical improv troupe, Tempo Tantrums. I don't know if we've ever talked about it on the podcast. Josh and I are part of a musical improv troupe, and it's super, super fun.
It is.
I also had a shoot for a little web series that I'm going to name right now. A friend of ours, a friend of the show, previous guest.
Gamma Guy.
Wait. Which I'm going to...
Are we supposed to...
you know what?
As long as you don't reveal his secret identity.
Of course.
Well, we just said
We
that he was a
really
previous...
narrowed it down.
We narrowed it down
What?
heavily.
I didn't notice that you said that.
Hey, Clayton, go back to when we were starting to talk about this. Cut it out, and then you'll fix it. We'll do a lot of editing
definitely
on this episode.
will.
No, I was part of the Gamma Guy web series that shot this weekend, which was just a really, really fun time.
It was all right.
The director and writer of that is super, super nice. But
Yes.
had only gotten like an hour's sleep previous, and then the night before, and woke up at 9, and then basically was doing work all day until our show and everything. And then today I also had my first bit of a children's theater thing that I'm a part of. That's really, really fun. So I've been very busy, but it's been kind of creatively fulfilling, which is very nice. And cool shit, y'all. I have a psychiatrist appointment for the first time in my life this week.
Amazing. For the first time in your life?
For the first time in my life. This week I'll be going to a psychiatrist. And they're going to take my funny away. They're going to take my sparkle.
Yay.
Yeah. You're going to be like Steven Spielberg if he got medicated.
Yeah.
Which means no movies.
No Jaws.
True.
I'm not going to shoot Jaws.
Yeah. Damn it.
You think a mentally healthy person could have made the BFG? Think again.
Let's just end the podcast on that.
There
was
we
really
go.
good.
BFG reference for all my friends
the
at
big
home.
The big fucking giant.
Big freaking giant.
I completely forgot about the existence of that movie.
I never saw it. Was
Stephen Spielberg.
How was it? I never saw it.
It's a Roald Dahl book, right?
Road Doll.
Okay.
Clayton says the BFG is bad. Clayton says BFG is bad. Let's see what Rotten Tomatoes has.
Uh-oh.
What's his name?
Rolled.
Okay. Whoa.
It's a huge difference.
I always mispronounce that name in my head.
Thank you, Josh. You're the only person here that cares about me.
I always say Roald. In my head.
I'm on
Yeah,
Clayton's
look who
side.
you're getting into bed with.
I hate to say it, Clayton, but Rotten Tomatoes says you're wrong.
Whoa.
At least the critics do. The audiences are kind of mixed.
Okay.
So it's kind of like
Clayton's a man of the people.
It's actually a critical darling, which really would be up your alley.
Sure. What is its percentage on Rotten Tomatoes?
So it's tomato meter. The critic score is 74%, and it's certified fresh, which is not crazy. But
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but the audience score is 57%. So it was kind of like a highbrow flick, is what I'm getting.
Can I tell you guys? I don't care about any of that.
Whoa.
I mean, genuinely, I was doing
Hold
it for
on.
a bit.
Talk about that for 10 minutes.
I'll talk about my week, which was I stayed home a lot at the beginning of the week, and then I went away a lot at the end of the week.
Nice.
Where'd you go?
Yeah. Oh well. I just had stuff out and about to do. My mom visited. I got to see my little dog, and my aunt and my cousin visited, and that was fun. I tried a new restaurant today that was really good, and I found out that I love mango sticky rice, and it's really
And you were so
good.
generous as to let us try bites.
I really was. Yes.
You were quite generous.
Even though I know in your heart of hearts you did not want to share.
If I had 30% less of the amount that I did when you guys tried it, I would not have let you try it. But I had the amount that I had. I was completely comfortable, letting you.
You've come so far.
Why?
That's awesome.
Don't laugh at me. This isn't the laugh. This is not the Laugh at Adriana podcast, you guys.
My week was all right. I had fun doing stuff for our shows. We did Blorbo from shows, and
If that was the name of a segment of a show, I would absolutely go to that.
Blorbolfen?
That was a non sequitur. Hayden was clearing his throat.
Gesundheit.
What did you say?
Blorbo from shows. We had a whole
We've been
conversation.
through
We've
this.
been through this on the podcast.
Blorbos.
Blorbo?
Blorbo.
You don't know Blorbo from
What?
shows?
Stop telling me that. Stop.
You
You're
don't
going to
know.
kill me.
You don't know Blorbo from
Been
shows?
through this before.
He's Googling it right now.
You've met Blorbo, dude.
Hayden's psychiatrist is going to be hearing about this tomorrow.
This is one of the few names used by both Oda and Araki in their respective works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the rest of my week was also good. I'm struggling to remember what I did exactly, but I feel like I was busy. I don't know exactly with what.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so excited to talk about what we're going to talk about. But first we got to
Yeah.
talk about what happened with Clayton this week.
Sure thing.
How was your week?
I worked. I'm very busy this week, and I feel like I need like a 12-hour sleep at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
But now my body is like adjusting to my current sleep schedule, which by that just not at any point am I getting enough sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And on the weekends I was like, I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna like sleep in really hard. And now my body just wakes up at 8 a.m. like fully awake. Like I'm like, ding, done.
Whoa.
And I just snap awake.
Whoa.
That's crazy. You're
And
not
so
a
I'm
napper.
very tired. I cannot. I've never been one to
also
nap.
cannot nap.
Yeah,
we have
dude.
the same
I
unable to nap disease.
I used to not. And then I broke. They broke. The world broke me.
You broke.
I
All
can
right.
nap. I napped today from about 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., which is the
Okay.
optimal time.
It's
to
really
nap.
not. Is it?
No, it's the worst
It's the
time
worst
you can
time.
possibly nap. Is like
Well,
that
because
time.
then it's like you wake up and you're like, it feels like you're just taking a break from sleep. Like it's not
Yeah.
like you're going about the rest of your day. It's like, oh, I forgot I have to do the last third of my day
Yeah.
before I can continue this sleep.
Yeah. Typically, naps are really healthy for you if they're around like anywhere from like noon to 3 p.m. if they're in that range. Very healthy to get naps. That's why having a fucking remote job is the gig, man. Oh my god, I never felt better than when I was like, I was getting 7-ish hours of sleep at a normal work hour time, like, or at the normal 9 to 5 rhythm, and then I was getting like 30 minutes to an hour of a nap. That's the key.
My coworker that's in training with me, because we have an hour lunch, and on we get 2 15-minute breaks as well. On all of those, he just immediately sets an alarm, and then just leans back in his chair and goes straight to sleep.
That's
Crazy.
so healthy.
That's insane.
That's gotta be really embarrassing,
dude. You're so insanely healthy right now. You look so healthy.
Hey, dude, how are you gonna feel like when I start working there and like I do the same thing?
How the hell do you just turn off?
I don't know.
You just go sleep time.
Yeah,
I know like people that do that, and it's just like I am so insanely jealous.
Yeah,
Minimum takes me an hour and a half before I can even start falling asleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also can't It's impossible for me to sleep on planes or in cars, anything like that.
Me
I can
too.
only sleep at bedtime in my bed.
In a bed. I can't sleep on a couch even, honestly.
I can sleep anywhere if I'm not if I shouldn't be sleeping there at that time or place. Like I'm really good at sleeping.
You just like breaking the rules.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Since I've known Josh since high school, I knew that when he was in choir, wasn't in choir class with him.
I
We're
slept on
getting-
my. You remember when I slept? A friend of the show, Jill, was trying to. remind us
Jill
of
was
it.
miming the time when this was also a time Josh fell. I was actually trying to keep Josh from falling asleep during the worst nap time that he just mentioned.
Yeah.
A different time, and he was so upset that he tried to fall asleep on top of his dresser because I wouldn't let him lay down in the bed.
They kept goalie guarding me from being on my bed, and so I got on my dresser. And there's a video of it. What were you about to mention?
I was about to say how Josh had choir first period in high school. I wasn't in this class with him, but I did hear from reputable sources that he fell asleep standing up. Like
That's
legitimately
insane.
standing up.
I don't know if it was full REM.
No, of
sleep,
course
but,
it wasn't full
But
REM.
it felt like I did lose consciousness a few times while I was standing.
Yeah.
Also, we would do this thing where before we would get up and do our warm ups, when we were waiting to for class to start, we would sit on the risers, right? Because in choir you don't get desks, you have risers, which are it's either you're standing or you're sitting very uncomfortably on them. And I would just lay down on them, and then when it was time to I'd be so sleep deprived because it was junior year or something, that when it was time to stand up and sing, I would just pretend I was asleep sometimes and just not get up.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly only regret it because I feel like my choir director was very insulted. She was very accommodating of me, but I didn't give a
she's listening right now.
Miss Bodane. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
You didn't deserve that.
Whoa.
Full name.
In my choir class, my friend had sex under the risers during class.
No,
Yeah.
incorrect.
Yeah,
How?
we used to have at my school.
Was
we
it
used to have
shaking?
what is called,
Were the risers shaking when y'all were trying
no,
to
because
sing?
they weren't touching it. I don't think. We used to have what's called cohort, which was because we were trying to be like a fancy charter school. It was not a fancy school, and what that meant is that we got 2.5 hour periods every day that was just to go to one room and work as a group with people. And so that just became the gaming class time.
Hell yeah.
And so, especially when we got assigned the choir room as cohort, there weren't even fucking desks in there, but we couldn't
Wow.
afford to only use the classrooms with desks.
Yeah.
So we got put in the choir room sometimes,
Wow.
and so we would just sit on the risers, and that meant that we were just even the teacher didn't fucking expect us to do anything in there, and so they were lying down there, and that was they got away with it because it was a habit that they were often just down there laying around with a laptop out, and they would have blankets and stuff.
That's not safe.
crazy.
No.
Also, there's I don't know if you've ever been or looked under risers. But
Yeah.
It's always dusty. And
Nasty.
there's it's disgusting.
It made it worse.
Yeah.
They definitely freshened up that area. That's crazy.
Huh?
I can't imagine being that horny. That's gotta be an
Yeah.
insane.
Well, I mean, that's
Well,
that's what high school does
Yeah.
to your brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you're in high school, you probably are that horny.
Yeah,
Clayton,
I
it seems
can't
like you're-
imagine,
you're-
but it's not. It's not.
So some people here can relate to what happened
No.
under
New
those risers.
piss question. New piss question.
And
Can't you
some,
have sex in a choir room?
that's crazy that we're splitting this the same way.
Are we?
I was horny in high school, but I don't know if I was
No,
that
no,
level.
I could never. I could never.
We are not.
I'd be so scared the
Clayton's
whole
not,
time.
Clayton's not saying that
Y'all are a united
This
front.
is crazy. This is crazy. Clayton's not saying that he was horny enough to actually do it.
Clayton didn't say if he was. He
Yeah.
didn't.
Wait, okay.
Clayton
All right.
told.
Look,
Here's the
look.
thing. You know
All
what's
right.
funny? Clayton
Okay.
did not even specify if he was not one of the people in the under the
This
risers.
is not. This is my friend had sex with me, of course. This is not me being I think it makes sense, but when I was in fucking high school and like early middle school, to paint you a picture. Yeah, I'll say this on a podcast. The first time that I ever came was in the goddamn bathroom of a church.
This can't be happening right now.
Yeah.
We have.
And I thought that God was punishing me because I
Oh
never.
my god.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait. Was this like a church that you went to school in, or was this still?
What? What?
Sorry, I did go to school in a church for the first 7 grades of my
Okay.
school career.
Right.
Okay.
Same church, but not in school hours.
I did know people who would like. I mean, we knew people in high school who would like get caught having sex in the stairwell,
Sure.
like during class hours,
Sure.
which is like, by the way, not a good. There's no places to hide in a stairwell. Really?
Under
That's
the
like the
stairs.
craziest-
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
There's some stairwells that have hidden areas.
That's true. That's
so
but
high
those are
risk
always
with no
so
reward.
disgusting. And then also, I had a friend who she was like, "Oh, I got to go to the bathroom," and she would just like suck her boyfriend's dick in the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if this happened one time, but it feel like it happened multiple times. And I had a crush on her, and I was like, man, this.
Speaking of sucking dick, are we ready to talk about? Are we ready to hop into what this podcast is actually about?
Absolutely.
This is a funky one, guys.
Yeah, this is crazy. Clayton.
I'm not weird.
No,
I want to get that clear.
There's like at least one other
No,
person at
well,
this table
guys,
who like had that experience.
Let's all
and it's not
let's
me.
all stand up right now and admit to coming in a church bathroom right now. Let's all in solidarity stand
All
with
right,
Clayton.
I'm being patronized, and I don't know. Let's talk about dang JoJo, okay?
Hi, Mom, if you're listening.
Right.
So
Hi, Josh's mom.
Hey, Josh's mom. We met
Wait,
recently.
sorry, real quick. Josh told me that Josh's mom came up to you at when you guys met, and she was like, "I tried watching One Piece."
Yeah. Very sweet of her to like
Yeah.
take such an interest in what her son is doing to watch
I know.
One Piece, which
We
is yeah,
Really
Love
funny.
Josh's mom.
we do.
Yeah.
yeah, truly
She's amazing.
awesome stuff. Thank you for listening. Sorry about everything that has happened on this podcast so far.
No, that's all right. So Clayton, you watched 5 episodes of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yep.
This included the Malone fight,
Baloney.
the Baloney fight, the Babyface fight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, those are the same thing. The freaking Ghiaccio White Album battle.
Yes,
And
sir.
of course, the final mission from the boss.
The final mission from the boss.
How'd you feel about these episodes, man?
Very good episodes. I didn't like the babyface stuff very much.
Me neither.
I mean, I guess once it got down to it, and Giorno was doing cool stuff
That
with
part's
that
sick.
part of the fight. But I hate the guy, and I hate the stand,
Yeah.
and something real bad happened in that.
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
all we'll say.
Yeah.
Was not a fan of that.
Yeah.
But then I don't know if I can't think of anything else to say about that
I-
fight.
I
Giorno
will-
can grow body parts now.
There's
Yes.
that, and also he punches a bunch of to steal one car. He turns a bunch of other cars into
Yeah.
frogs,
Little
That is
crowd.
pretty
and
good.
that part was sick. Everything Giorno did in those episodes was
Yeah.
fucking awesome. And
Giorno's been turning up.
he's sort of a pseudo healer now in the group. But that's about all you got to say, really, about those episodes. Then what happened, Clayton?
Then we get White Album, which was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
good. When it first started, and it was like, oh, there's this freak that turned himself into a block of ice on top of their car. I was like, well, this guy seems like a fucking loser. Like,
He kind of is.
as it kept progressing, I was getting more and more into it. I love the moment where Mista's like, I think Jonah's a little under the weather, so let me say it for him. Golden Win-
Yes,
or
Gold
Experience.
Experience, yeah.
Sorry. Very good
Yeah.
moments. And then
Yeah.
Mista as well, I'm going to say it, as of now, has overthrown Narancia, my favorite of the crew.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Could
What
you-
God,
what
this
do
is
you do?
awesome.
Why do you like him now?
It was that last standoff moment, and the way that it all like ties in with his story. I just really enjoy that kind of character of like, man, I just want to have a nice life, but I don't have that option anymore. And he's really sticking up for his friends and showing the bad guys what's what.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard not to like love him. So after that fight, and then having the Grateful Dead fight right before it, and everything.
Yeah.
And how it was.
He is party rocking.
He is.
He gets shot by his own bullets. He take and
A lot of
purposefully.
times.
This guy can fit so many of his own bullets in him.
Yeah.
I think there's a statistic like it's official like the majority of shots fired in Golden Wind are received by Mista himself. I think that at least like 30 something.
That's so funny.
Well, even before this fight, where he takes like 25 of the bullets,
yeah.
still most of the bullets end
Yeah.
up hitting him.
Yes.
But
After Kraftwerk and fucking
Grateful
Dead,
Yeah.
who shoots him in the
Yes.
head with his own gun, he's catching those bullets, man.
But they only ever kill other people.
True. One goes right in Mista's head this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it gets zapped immediately into a body like it replaces immediately the body part that it like the gash in his head is filled by that bullet, which is transformed
Which
by
is
Gold
he's got more
Experience.
forehead now.
Which he did not need
Which
anymore.
he's got a 5 head. Works out great for him.
Yeah, he did not want a forehead.
He did not want a forehead. Now he doesn't.
That's bad luck. See.
That's fun.
Yeah, the way that Gyacho cannot seem to be beaten. They keep like
Yeah.
they have like they devise like 5 different strategies to kill Gyacho, and he keeps getting away with it.
Yeah. Every time he kept surviving, I did again. This has happened to me in a couple of these fights. Once we got to the end, I was like, is Mista gonna have to sacrifice himself? And it really seemed like it. And I'm glad, because that's what Mista was gonna do basically, was he was like, I think I'm gonna give my life to kill this motherfucker. And Giorno was like, hey, how about you don't give your life to kill this motherfucker? He did like the blood thing to show him that he needed to cover his face with the blood. It was awesome. Giorno really shined in this fight as well.
Yes.
This made me quite enjoy Mr. Giorno. When he catches Mista as he's like falling back and he's like, you did so good. The light of your honor shines upon our faces. And then beats the piss out of what's his face.
Gyacho.
Gotcha. Yeah.
The way that Gyacho dies is so gruesome. With the spike of the pole just burrowing through his throat.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Crazy stuff.
Grody.
So cool. Also Gyacho, funny little guy. He has issues. He's really grown on me.
Yep.
Lately. Thought he was annoying at first, but honestly, I get why a lot of people really love him because he's like
He's one of those guys where he's a what's it called, high Blorbo return rate on that one for sure. A lot of like a lot of people have like he's a lot of people's Blorbos.
Hayden is so confused. Hayden, you know we like legit.
We explained this to you.
Like many podcasts ago.
Do you know? Okay, Blorbo from shows is someone's little guy from shows. You watch shows, and your favorite character, that's your little Blorbo. Okay. All right.
Who's your Blorbo? Now tell us who your Blorbo is.
Don't touch
Hayden.
me.
Who's
Don't
your little
touch me.
Blorbo?
My Blorbo is Buggy from One Piece.
Right.
Okay,
That's his
I'm there.
Blorbo.
I'm caught up. I thought y'all were doing a bit.
No.
I'm there now.
It probably was a
Boring.
bit at one point, but now it's just culture.
Our little Blorbos. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. That's all I had.
Yes,
To say.
and yes,
Yeah.
and yes.
Yes, and.
Yes.
Gyacho's Stand White Album. How do you feel about it?
I quite like it.
Yeah.
I finally put together my stand rankings.
Yes, let's go.
And if I'm not mistaken, it is not quite in the top 3, but it is my number 4 favorite stand in the part thus far.
Damn,
Cool.
who are your top? Are you going to tell us who your
Sure,
top?
my top 3. Number 3 is going to be Aerosmith, I really like Aerosmith. I just like small versions of things I've found. Number 2, Beach Boys. I think was so much fun, really cool stand. And then number 1, very hard to beat, Sticky Fingers.
Yeah.
Sticky Fingers is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zipper Man. We love a good Zipper Man. And then I think I don't know. I think we're dancing around it.
Pass.
Well, do you like how Gyanshu gets to wear his little Iceman stand?
Yeah, it's cool. It's quite cool.
The first wearable stand, correct?
I believe so.
First one I can remember.
Yeah. Maybe not the last one.
Maybe.
It's just weird. It's also like it must be annoying though if you get a stand and you have to wear him or else, you know?
What are you talking
I'd be a little annoyed by that.
Well, he was doing ice stuff without wearing his suit, right?
No, but I mean like he can't summon it as an avatar who can like reach out and grab things for him.
Yeah, I would be pissed if I got a stand that couldn't because that would just be so useful in your everyday life.
Yeah.
Outside of whatever power you have to just be like, I want that thing.
You have like telekinesis within 2 to 5 meters of yourself.
Yeah.
If you have like a normal humanoid stand, that's what I'd want.
I'm surprised we haven't seen a character yet that just like doesn't use their real hands, like that, like a character that just like
kind of like in Legend of Korra, the waterbender.
Yeah.
oh yeah, like that with the tentacles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would also. I think as well. I'm thinking of like a character that's like.
Just too cool to use.
Yeah,
their
like
real
they're just
hands.
like, oh, I'm not even going to use my hands because I have a little guy that does it for me.
That'd be awesome.
Feed me my tea.
To a certain extent, we saw that to this chunk of episodes.
Oh,
I mean,
Oh.
King Crimson did everything.
Yeah, he did that.
well, but also though it seemed as though, like, I never got the sense in this that the boss was just like, I'm just going to have King Crimson. Like, he was like kind of hiding behind King Crimson the whole time.
Yeah.
Sure.
And it seemed like
Yeah, I
the
guess a different-
function of that was to conceal his identity rather than like, I don't even want to do anything.
I feel a different. Yeah, I get what you're talking about now.
Yeah. Well, hey, you met King Crimson. You saw the final mission from the boss in Venice. How was this for you?
So I loved it. I thought it was really cool. I have a small criticism, I think, which is that this is the second part in a row, and I think it's an interesting thing to do, but it is hard for a villain to me to be super imposing when the first time we meet them, they get styled on a little bit. And obviously, King Crimson was in complete control of that fight. He would have won, but Bruno like bitch slapped him and did like find a way to run away, and then everybody survived.
Well, is Bruno
and I don't need
okay?
somebody to die. Yeah, it seems like Bruno's maybe a zombie, but it just I even if everybody survived and everything, I would have preferred like if King Crimson was just like not phased. He was just like he just kept moving forward, but there were several points where he was like, "Oh, what?" and like got smacked by the zipper arm.
Like seeing the villain on the back foot, like
Yes.
halfway through the part, sets it up to where he's not as imposing. At the
I
end.
think
Yeah.
so
That makes
because
sense.
Dio. We don't see
was
Dio until the
on
very
top
end.
of it. Dio was slicing and dicing all through part 3. Yeah.
And
but
it
he wasn't
seemed-
doing anything.
No,
until-
exactly.
Yeah, but even like the minutes when we like the whole horse moment, the midpoint like whole horse moment where he tried to like betray Dio.
Yes.
And Dio was in full control of that the whole time.
Every cut to Dio, like throughout part 3, was just further and further establishing how intimidating he was. Yeah. So.
But I can also see the reason for it. Because, like, the reason, like, Kira, you know, is because this is a part about a neighborhood. And these are all just, like, these are fucking guys. And so I think it's kind of supposed to be reminiscent, right, of, like, Josuke is, like, he's having a fucking brawl with this dude that he hates a little bit. And similarly in this part, I think it's, like, if all of the crew is so, like, weak out there. Not weak, but, like, you know, they're very mortal. Then it makes sense that translates to the boss. but I still think I would have preferred even maybe just like not seeing him yet or not seeing him fight.
Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm interested to see how you feel like by the end of part 5. Like maybe his imposingness will be redeemed for you by then, or maybe it'll. Yeah.
I will say this: I find King Crimson and the user of King Crimson to be one of the most terrifying characters in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I think you will see what I mean going forward as we go forward.
I'm excited to get more of him. I did really like what I saw. The stand ability is really cool, and it's also just like, how do you fight that?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're gonna have to like. I assume the only way around that is to like trick him in a way. Like he has to use his power and not realize that there's something he needs to be avoiding.
You haven't. It's so tough though, because you're right. I mean, Sticky Fingers or Bruno does pull one on him a little bit, but like they were barely getting into a real scrap. When you see what this guy can do,
without giving away too much, it's gonna be a very intense, like it's a big endeavor to try to beat this stand for sure, and it's definitely gonna happen that way.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, because I mean the whole thing ending with them being like, well, at least we have like a taste of his ability, and we can like start trying to make a plan. Is like where it like is resolved with the boss, you know. Which I think that's the thing is like I enjoy that we get like the King Crimson getting like this reveal early on, even if it does take away, I think it's very good because it's like, yeah, in order to try to fight that thing, if they had just found out who he was and then tried to jump him without knowing what the ability was, like you can't. I don't think you can do what they did to Dio, where they couldn't fight King Crimson without knowing his ability because they would just get stomped on.
Yeah. This is so much more complex than just figuring out a time stop. You know? I mean, Kira was able to get a gist of Jotaro's time stop with one encounter. You know, he's like, okay, I have an idea what you can do. I know what I have to do to avoid you. With them, they're like, well, we're actively trying to get this guy, and we don't even have any idea where to start. All we know is that he has seemingly an invincible stand ability. So that makes their decision at the end of these episodes really just have so much gravity.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, though, I kind of want to know how you feel about like there's this great moment between Trish and Bruno before they enter the elevator, where she actually is like, I have no idea who this guy is. Like, I'm so scared, and she actually confides in Bruno, and then bam. In the elevator, 1 second she's there, the next second, only her hand remains.
That's his stand power. He turns people into hands.
Yeah, bloody hands. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, Kira would have loved that elevator.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
That's what they say. There's a T-shirt that says that.
Kira would have loved that elevator.
Yeah. And then
it was a really. I forgot how like tender and sweet that moment was.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm excited to learn more about Trish because we still don't know who she even is.
Yeah.
We don't know what her damn deal is or what her little dinosaur stand even is.
Oh yeah, that was this episode. This chunk of episodes was the little teaser, the manifestation thing.
No, that was actually the last batch.
I'm so dumb.
That was at the end of Grateful Dead.
I thought we'd already talked
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, we did.
Everything happens in a field.
That's true.
Uh,
We're also at that same train station still
Yeah,
in this episode.
yeah.
It's okay.
But
It's my blorbo.
yeah, so then Bruno freaks out. He freaks out so hard that he has an origin story happen.
And I was like, I said out loud, I was like, he's dead. This motherfucker is dead.
You've been saying it the whole time.
I have.
Yeah.
I still think he is. I mean, I think he is right now dead.
Yeah.
How did we feel about his little backstory? I love Bruno's backstory a lot. especially the moment where he decides to kill to protect his father in that hospital bed.
That was so metal. That
yeah.
scene.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was really cool.
Yeah, he went crazy.
He's a killer.
Yeah.
He's the killer.
He remembers
really
that. It explains that he also has an issue with drugs being disseminated throughout Italy because that's the reason his dad died, was a drug deal.
Yeah.
And then he's like, this mission has turned into an assassination. And then he unzips the fucking bottom of the elevator and zips down and follows King Crimson.
I do love, and that when that happens, he's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna die tonight, and goes full, like he is racing to get to this guy, which is pretty great because we've not really seen him, like none of the group has really connected with Trish a whole lot. She's mostly just been hanging out for the fights, and the fact that he is ready to do that, not even just from being like, hey, I liked her, but like, this guy is a piece of shit.
He's gonna just kill his daughter. We did all this just so we could kill her, and he had just reassured her that she was going to be given a new life, that she was gonna, and bam, he's like, twice you've betrayed my heart. I just love Bruno so goddamn much.
He's really cool.
Oh man.
Well, because it makes sense that they didn't connect with Trish or anything. Like, because they thought it was, like, once they dropped her off, that was it. Like, what's the point and everything? But he still couldn't resist, like he was like, okay, it's the last time I'm going to see you. I wasn't allowed to answer any of your questions, but let me give you some, piece of comfort, some information so you don't feel completely lost like you have been.
Yeah. But also, I think it was a matter of, like, Bruno was looking forward to this opportunity to placing the little ladybug beacon that Giorno gave him. He wanted to get close enough to the boss to kind of sneak that in there. So he's like, well, fuck, I can't even do that. And Trish has now been sliced and diced. So one way or another, we got to get this done. I really love Bruno and Giorno's secret truce among the gang. Because Giorno volunteers. He's the one who volunteers to take Trish in the elevator and deliver her. And then Abaki was like, what? Who the fuck do you think you are? Are you serious? And then
real for that.
Yeah, and then Bruno and Giorno make like eye contact, and he's like, Giorno, please, I'll handle this. But hey, give me that little good luck charm that you always bring around with you, your little ladybug. It's the turtle. He invented a turtle from the cells of Coco Jumbo and put it and turned it into a ladybug brooch.
Yeah. Because originally that was just going to be the way they track him with the little ladybug thing, but the moment where Bruno's in a fight and Giorno's like, oh, I need to do this right now, and like sucks him into Coco Jumbo 2. Awesome. So cool. Giorno is just always swagging.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
I love too how we get the beginning of the Bruno versus King Crimson fight. The episode ends with King Crimson impaling him. And at this point, he's already used the time skip ability a few times. Then the next episode starts, and we see the time skips from Giorno and the crew's perspective. It really sets into motion just how fucking terrifying this ability is.
Yeah.
Naranja's face when he realizes that he was eating the chocolate.
Yeah.
He's literally like,
He's like, oh no, oh little me. He literally did the...
when he realizes that the chocolate is in his mouth and he's happy. Oh, I thought you were saying crying. But yeah, when he was mad.
He pretty much did the Patrick meme,
Yes.
no, I'm gonna starve. But he already ate all the chocolate. He pretty much did that. So they bit off Hiraki. But anyway, so then Giorno has been on the phone with Bruno the whole time. He zipped a phone into his face. And I really love seeing King Crimson in action. I think it's one of the most terrific abilities. And just the sound effect of like whenever time does get skipped, like the effect, it just looks so fucking cool.
It's cool.
The visual effect too with the little gibble bibble.
Let's frickin' talk about the ultimatum, you guys. The decision.
Yeah. First of all, can I say Bruno's like a corpse now, seemingly. Right?
His ghost left his body.
His ghost left his body, and I think what happened is Giorno, I think unknowingly, put life back into him to make him like I think he unknowingly created life, and I think that it's going to be bad in a way, and the group is going to have to learn to let go of Bruno. They're going to be like, well, this is you can't stick around forever.
They're gonna give him the creatures goodbye.
They're going to be like, go live in the woods.
All
You
throw rocks.
suck.
Yeah.
Superman's a stupid
Mister
name.
shoots him.
It would be poetic because the reason why his determination to keep going comes from him being inspired by Giorno's resolve. It'd be kind of, that would be poetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bruno's like, listen, I know I fucked up, but also I'm right. So
Yeah.
who's gonna be right with me? This is one of the best moments so far in JoJo's.
It's really good. And Abakio is the first person that's like,
Yeah.
you fucking asshole. I'm in.
I really liked the moment right before that where Bruno was like, I'm not gonna ask any of you to join us. I know you're not. I'm asking you to join me. I'm not even gonna explain myself. And Giorno being like, no, I think you should tell them why you're doing this. I like that. Like that was a choice that Bruno got like talked into a little bit too. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Bruno really doesn't want these people to get hurt. And they
No.
do all still come with him.
The funny thing is, everyone who came with him wasn't even like for the same reason as what Bruno was doing it for. You know what I mean? Like the reason that Giorno had him explain it, it was like that wasn't even why they agreed.
Yeah.
It was like all their own reasons why they went.
Abakio loves Bruno too much. I think that's basically why most of them are. But I love Mista's like, yeah, I'm coming. With my skills, I'll be a capo any day. I'm going to run this joint.
Yeah, he just thinks that it's in his best interest to go with them. Like that they're going to win, basically.
There's also a detail where you'll notice that, and this is more of like an unofficial, almost like a widely accepted headcanon. But Mista, if he waited for Abakio to get on, because otherwise he would have been the fourth person.
Yeah,
He would have been the fourth person to be on the boat.
Wait.
Because
Trish, Giorno, and Bruno.
Oh, Trish. I was leaving out Trish.
Giorno,
Yeah.
Bruno, and then Abakio joins. And then Mista immediately like, yep,
All right.
I'm it.
Now
I like that. I don't fully believe that that's why Misa. I think he wants there.
Of
the
course.
girl to be there.
Yeah.
He does.
But also it's like it is genuinely a very like simplistic like reasoning that he has, which is pretty in character. It's just like it's not like he's not like analyzing all the outcomes and thinking he's going to come out on top. It's literally just like he thinks it's the right thing to do and he trusts Bruno, like bottom line.
Yeah. And then Narantia stays, but he gives
Fugo is
Yeah.
Especially like that Fugo is the first person to talk, and he's
Yeah.
the first person to be like, no,
of course he's the
nobody
first
here is
person
gonna
to
follow
talk.
you.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I love the moment where Naranja's like, he's like, I don't know what to do. Bruno, tell me what to do. Bruno's like, no, you got to make this decision yourself.
And he's so upset.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But he's like, if you want my advice, you should not go. You're not ready for this. Something about that really tears me up inside. Like,
This sequence got my first ever on the second on this rewatch of it. Got my first ever JoJo cry count.
Wow.
Never
It
cried at
wasn't
JoJo
that part.
before.
It was
This sequence at the very end of it is what actually got the cry count.
Naranja changing his mind. That got me too. That was so.
He has insane cardio to be able to swim and scream like that at the same time. He's like, Trish is me.
Well, with Italian, screaming is a free action.
That's
always,
true.
So.
He was flipping a pizza while he did it too. Trish is me. Trish's wound is my wound. He realizes that she was betrayed by people just like she trusted.
And I fucking love when they just don't beat around the bush with the, with that kind of like metaphor shit with story, like shows and books or whatever it is. Yeah, it's just like, oh, the character's I just like when the character has self-awareness that, I'm a character, like I'm a person, and
Yeah.
And my name is Anakin.
What?
Well, it's a little
What?
quote. That's a little quote.
I'm a person. I'm a character. I'm a person, and my name is Anakin.
Well,
That's
I'm
the
a
quote.
person and my name is Anakin. He says that in Phantom Menace. Anyway,
No.
No.
he
Um,
does say
Wrong.
and
cut that
Fugo stays behind.
Yeah.
Fugo actually stays.
How you feel
behind.
about that?
I'm very excited because obviously Fugo's going to come back into play somehow. Things that I could see happening, Fugo comes in and like saves the group. He's like, I changed my mind. Comes in, saves the group. Could be cool. Another thing, Fugo bad guy. Whoa, that could be
Can you
crazy.
imagine Fugo as a bad guy?
That would be
though?
scary
terrifying.
as
with purple
fuck.
haze as a
Yeah.
bad guy.
I mean, that would be like, because already that would just be like heartbreaking and
yeah.
like purple haze in a fight against like that could be a real recipe for disaster.
There is so much that the three of us want to say about this, but we cannot.
We
Yeah.
simply
Yeah.
cannot.
We simply cannot. But I do like, when I first watched it, I was like, oh my God, they're really leaving him. And I was shocked because in a moment like this, it'd be like, oh yeah, everyone is gonna join, but they're gonna have to go through their own reasons in their head. But I love that there's actually one who doesn't, and this is the first one on Bruno. Whoever joins Bruno in building his team, it really establishes that no, there's a consequence to this. Ultimately,
And at the same time, it makes so much sense why he was the one to not do it.
he's a very cautious guy, and he doesn't really
Yeah.
truly believe in himself. You know. Yeah. So they're off to Venice. Or they're off to get out of Venice because they're like, oh
yeah, they
shit.
get John Wick Chapter 2'd.
They kind of
Dude,
do,
yeah.
because the boss has now called in his special unit guard to handle our boys.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's
Uh-oh.
not. It's not like I mean, it's crazy because they've been pursued by other Passione members, but not at the boss's behest this whole time.
Those Passione members were also
to
already
kill the boss.
excommunicado.
Yeah, exactly. But there is still one. There is still one out there. There's one La Squadra member still zipping around.
Oh, is there only one that's alive?
There's only one alive. They've killed every other one.
Okay, and that's the guy that has. No, we haven't seen his stand, but he's the guy. He's got like, I know the guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the guy that's
yeah.
got red eyes.
He's got the fit.
Risotto.
He's
a jester.
Yeah, the Pied Piper of Spencer's Gifts. Not not my joke. Not my joke.
Whose joke?
What's their name? We're mutuals on TikTok, and she has some of the best JoJo videos ever.
She's so
and
fucking
she's so
funny.
and she's so popular and well loved. And why can't I remember? Oh, Illumi Minaj is her name. Is
Yeah.
on TikTok. Illumi Minaj.
like-
Love ya. I don't know you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The only,
Parasocial
But
relationships,
shout
yeah.
out, yeah. No, I like her videos. They're great.
I think the only glimpse you've seen of Risotto's ability is when he's telling one of the other Passione members to do forensics on the ashes of the picture, and he's like arguing with him, and then you see nails come out of that guy's hands, and he's like stabbing. His hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the f?
What the
What
freaking
the
F?
what the bump?
The last thing we did end up deciding to show Clayton the intro, the next intro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to save your thoughts for later, or do you want to get into that?
I think I want to save my thoughts until I get a
Okay.
little more into it, but level with me. There's not going to be that arrow in the rest of this part, right?
No, it's a fake out.
What would make you say that?
Never mind.
Okay.
buddy, you have a lot of accepting to do.
Okay.
Okay.
There is going to be something. There's going to be something. You know, never mind. I'm not going to say anything. I am so excited to get into more Golden Wind
Yeah, baby.
because I said it to you earlier. I personally believe the second half of Golden Wind is a little better than the first half.
Okay.
Bless you.
Thank
well,
you.
It's
I
actually a
think
lot
it's
better.
Probably time to talk about Own the Piece.
Oh, that's the name of the treasure on the Grand Line.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, I'm never gonna get tired of that.
yeah.
I am not tired of it yet.
It's my favorite way to transition.
What did y'all think of the second half of the Saboti arc?
So is this?
Oh
You're
is-
my
a
God.
fucking
Saboti's
monster.
over,
You're
right?
a monster.
I'm
man.
really
Saboti's over.
You're a
I
monster.
gotta say, I am
There-
so scared
I am
that we have a time skip coming immediately,
immediately.
or really, really soon. I feel it, and I don't know, because all the crew's been separated. Are they gonna find each other? Are they gonna find each other?
You think they would time skip their reunion, or you think they would time skip until they've been apart for so long and then show their reunion?
There's no way they're not gonna show the reunion at some point.
We don't know where they are. We don't know where, if they're together. We don't know if they're apart. We don't know anything.
I just have a feeling that they're not in the same place, man.
No, yeah, because.
And I kind of love that. I'm really. If that is the case, if this is the time skip, I think that would be kind of amazing.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say a couple things.
Please don't tell me when the time skip is. Don't tell me if I'm right or wrong. I don't want to know.
Okay. I do want to tell, just because I think that this moment is impactful, and I want to make sure that, and this is basically the first thing you'll learn next chapter, separate places.
Yeah.
The Straw Hats have been separated.
Right.
They went flying according to that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just just real quick, the part where they say like whether they go flying for 3 days or not is how they're flying or whatever. But 3 days is really specific. Like for them to say 3 days, flying for 3 days and 3 nights or whatever, and that just so happens to be the time that it takes to coat the ship and everything. So I really doubt that. I don't know. I doubt that they're gonna be separated or gone.
Yeah.
For more than 3 days. You know.
I do wonder how they would get their ship back if they've all been sent to different places across the world, but I think that would be so fucking cool to see them trying to get back.
We don't even know if it's in the world though.
They all go back to the start of the Grand Line,
That's true.
and we have to do it again.
But separate.
But separate.
Well, I assume because they said they fly for 3 days and 3 nights. That means they've pretty much just been sent into orbit around the world. If that's true,
We don't know. We don't know if that's true.
What if it's like some kind of like shadow realm though?
Oh.
You know, it's something like that. Is what if it's not like somewhere literally there? Because I don't know
9 different shadow realms.
I don't know. I don't even know where to begin with speculating about that. It's just when I don't know, I just got the feeling whenever he started disappearing people when we first met him, I just got the feeling that like they were going somewhere like metaphysical or like they like were vanished from existence in that world. I don't know. That's just like the vibe I got when he did that to Perona and whatever.
I hope they do just go flying, but if it is, they do go to some dimension where they're all separate.
It would be crazy. I don't know how they would explain that.
Insane.
I might sound like a crazy person.
Either way, it's insane, and I cannot imagine waiting a week when this was published to find out what happened. This was the first.
That's what we did.
Oh my god! Well, no, 'cause I didn't finish these chapters.
The way you just your delivery of that. Oh my god!
Technically, I finished these chapters like 2 days ago. So
that's what I did.
Yeah. So yeah, this is like the first huge defeat that the crew has had in a while, maybe ever.
And this is without a doubt, I'll say this is like the single most significant thing that has happened in the story yet.
Luffy's reaction.
Oh my god.
Live Luffy reaction.
Live
Luffy grief reaction.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely heartbreaking. That moment makes me cry when I read it. My little boy.
I was like, oh my god. So first Zoro gets zapped. I'm like, fuck, now we gotta go find Zoro. Then Brook gets zapped. And I'm like...
And then I'm like, now it's going to be everyone.
Oh, fuck, it's everyone.
Yeah.
And then it's when Nami got zapped. And she was like, Luffy, help!
Because the last thing she says is help.
Help.
Which is what brought them together.
I almost started crying. That was fucking...
And then the last one is Robin.
Before Luffy,
After all that.
After everything,
yeah.
She was the only smart one getting out of there, trying to get out of there. Oh my god! But there's so much that happened leading up to this.
Yeah.
Sabaody is
awesome. Crazy fucking arc. We got to see, for the most part, all of the supernovas. We got a tease of their power, starting with kid-in-law.
What the hell's going
That
on there?
moment where the three of them walked out
Yeah,
and they were
that
all
was-
like, you two sit back. I'll take care of this. And all
Really
three of them
good.
said it. And it was like, fuck yeah, these guys are awesome. They should
Yeah.
all kiss.
All right, well, Kid is still like we know Kid is like a slaughtering, murderous, like
Yeah, that
piece
makes
of
him
shit.
like
He's a
that makes
pirate.
him like
Josh,
hot.
You
You
must
know?
be new here.
I
Yeah.
love with Law and Kid. It's like goth versus emo. Like
yes,
they're- yeah.
yes. Wait, no, with Law and Kid, it's emo versus scene.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, sure. And then Luffy's normie. He's just a
Mm-hmm.
normie.
Luffy's a prep.
Yeah, their abilities are crazy. I still don't completely understand Law's ability, and it seems like Kid has some sort of magnetism, like
Yeah.
like ability.
I don't
Yeah.
think we're supposed to understand Law's ability yet.
No, it's
Not quite
crazy.
yet.
Yeah.
I wrote down though because we got a lot of new powers and stuff, and I was like, dude, we got so many stand equivalents in this
Yeah?
one. Like
Yeah.
there was like Kids was Mariah's,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
What's it called?
Sort of. Bastet.
Yeah, hang on, let me
we
find
got. Well, there's some that we. Can't.
Okay. Yeah. Bonnie is her name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jewelry Bonnie.
Alessi and
No.
Prosciutto.
Yeah.
At the same time.
She can change other people's ages too, not just her own.
Yeah, that's
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Capone had bad company, dude.
He
That no
kinda
wonder.
did.
Yeah.
But those are all real people inside him too.
I figured, yeah,
Which
that was pretty.
freaks
Fucking
me out.
awesome.
Kind of
Pretty
freaks me
crazy.
out a little bit.
It made me there's a Doctor Who episode that has a very similar premise where the Doctor gets like a robot body that has a bunch of tiny people operating them.
Oh my gosh.
But I fucking the Capone moment where he just like opens up and just horses start coming out from inside of him.
Yeah.
I also like that we saw it. It seems that it's like an aura that he has.
Yeah.
Because you see it. There's like that one shot where there's the people shooting out and they're coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And you see them going out, and then there's like a hard line that they cross to get big.
Yeah.
So seemingly you can do that to anything that
That's-
comes close to him.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Also, Drake has a
Frickin'
dino
Drake, you
ability.
guys.
Drake, which
Yeah.
is like you when it's like, oh, he's an ancient Zoan fruit. It's like, yeah, that's fucking awesome.
That's an amazing.
That's-
That's so fucking
I
amazing.
thing-
cannot believe I
Where's
didn't
the
see
giant
that coming.
centipede fruit? Where's the
Oh,
giant
it's
centipede
coming.
fruit?
Oh, it's not coming. I think it's so funny that Drake's devil fruit lets him turn into the dinosaur that has notoriously teeny arms, and his weapon of choice is a mace and a sword.
I'm really excited to see his half transformation.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, okay. I can only show this to you guys, but there was I can't show it to Clayton, but there's a panel that right after Drake's transformation.
Oh yeah, I
that
was like,
took a picture,
I'm sorry,
that I took a picture of, and I thought it was very
Clayton. This is
Yeah,
like
that's crazy.
I'm just
That's
gonna say this
crazy.
right now. Oda read JoJo, and
Josh.
No, I'm
shut
sorry.
Your
I'm sorry.
Josh, shut up. Yes.
actual mouth.
I'm sorry. So many
No.
abilities. So many abilities. That's all I'm gonna say. He made a little. It felt like he made a little JoJo reference in one of these panels. That's
I hate you.
all we're gonna say.
You're stupid.
No, I need to rub it in someone's face.
Would you? Then let's see.
Y'all are pissed. At me.
Hawkins has his like he turned into scary face monster.
Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Scarecrow.
Well, he also, I will say that because I wasn't sure, I didn't want to say it when we were talking about it, but we see he takes a ridiculous hit that Kizaru says should have killed him, and then we see these little like straw dolls fall off of him, and he's completely fine, which is interesting.
That is.
And he has his cards. He does some stuff with cards, and they're floating
Yeah.
in front of him. Apu. Did-
Scratchman up.
Scratchman. I like Scratchman
This guy-
so far.
this guy,
I think he jumped up a lot in my. I'm very excited to see him again ranking.
What did he do?
He played music and said the word slice and then cut Kizaru in half
Right.
kinda like Echoes.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Kind of remind me of Echoes a little bit.
because it's sound based.
Yep. Sound based attack. No, this one was just like it was an association.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I thought that one was a lot of fun. And then the monk guy says some sort of karmic based ability.
He gets his
seemingly.
ass kicked and turns it all into muscles.
and he has wings,
Right.
which
Yeah,
I didn't
wings.
notice.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
because
first
he's
show.
from a sky island. We didn't
He
talk
sure
about that.
is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There's so much.
And
going
Killer
on.
has a sword.
Killer has a
Killer
sword.
Two swords.
is a freaking killer, dude.
He's a freaking killer. Dude.
We meet
Beppo?
we meet a guy named
Friggin'
Kizaru.
Beppa. I love
He's like, what?
he does pretty
it.
cool.
Can't be a coincidence unless
What?
it can't.
What can't?
Who's
Their pants. Their
Wait,
pants
who
even.
are we talking about?
Sorry, not Beppo.
What are you
I'm
talking
so
about?
sorry, you guys.
Beppo?
Beppo is the
Beppo
bear.
is the bear.
The bear.
It's
That's
the
right.
bear
that's right.
that
You're talking about
Law's pants and Kuma's pants.
Yeah.
Their pants. What is their deal? But Law doesn't know him.
We don't know that.
But
It
What's
is unfortunate.
going on?
It is.
Is
I'll
it
just say
literally
this.
a
It's a
coincidence?
coincidence. They just like spots.
that's so weird. Like
Because like the whole thing is like the coloration of
Did
it too is weird.
none of you guys think that was like like
I had never noticed even.
there was like a panel.
I noticed.
There was like a
I just
pa-
thought it was a
there was just
stylistic
a
choice.
there was just a panel. I just thought it was like a weird coincidence that he like was friends with a bear, and then the Kuma means bear, and then they had the same hat and the same pants and stuff, and then blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, I guess
Yeah.
there is two overlaps there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like a fashion pattern that's like suede that people like.
If it were just
Like
a
cheetah print?
if it were just a if it were just one or the other, totally
Yeah.
wouldn't
Yeah.
have crossed my mind.
I just think bears are in and spots are in right
Sure.
now.
Yep.
A little bit, yeah.
You're definitely not crazy for that. I just had never considered it.
Yeah.
You're definitely not crazy. What the hell?
Oh,
I think
God.
Kizaru. Let's talk about Kizaru.
Holy crazy.
Oh, he flies over on a cannonball. That's fucking
He's
awesome.
Yeah.
made of light.
He's
Yeah.
he's really like groovy.
Yeah.
He is
Like
my
why is he so
Admiral.
groovy?
His face. He's so smug.
His face is really like has a really specific vibe, like the
Yeah.
way his
Yeah.
face is drawn.
Yes, he's
he's-
really chill.
Yeah.
He's chill and he's fucking vicious. Is he not the one who killed the O'Hara
He is
refugees?
not the one.
Was that a different admiral?
No, that was a kind
Is it
That was
is
a
it
kind
a
of
is
okay.
it a requirement for all admirals to be tall, lanky guys?
Right. I know.
I think so.
They're all tall guys. They're all roughly the same height.
Yeah.
Really terrifying guys. Silver's Rayleigh. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Really?
I fucking
This
love
guy
Rayleigh.
fucking rocks, man. He comes in. I mean, ultimately, it
Yeah.
doesn't help them much, but he does come in and save their ass.
Well, he saves Zoro's life.
Yeah.
He does. They were ambushed, man. They were fucking ambushed at the end there. Like we had never seen the Straw Hats on the back foot this much.
Did we talk about Cammy getting freed?
Yeah, Cammy got
Yeah,
'cause-
that was at
'cause
the beginning.
Silver's
Yeah.
he just grabbed the fucking collar
Yeah, or
off.
like
Yeah.
we yeah.
He like swiped it off.
Yeah, he
like-
started and threw it, right? Threw it into the sky and
Mhm.
exploded.
He
Yes.
specifically was like, "I ain't going out there because I got a big bounty. You guys gonna have to deal with this one." But no, he comes back and he still saves they ass a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we also get the introduction of the other or the more Kumas.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kuma.
Yes,
Yeah.
the
The
PX
PX1s,
1 through
yeah.
4.
Which takes all the fucking Straw Hats' power to get
Oh
one
my
of them
God.
down.
And it was the
Yeah.
fake one. So
And it wasn't even a real
right,
yeah.
the real one is Christian.
Yes,
And
the
they-
real one has a Bible.
Yes.
It's very
You can tell by his
interesting.
values which one is real.
It is interesting too. I could sort of tell it was off too because he didn't even they didn't even talk like Kuma. They didn't really speak
No.
at all.
No.
And it's like no, Kuma always has something. He seems like he kind of wants to say.
Yeah.
You know.
Because I think we get the full name as well, right? Of what these things are called.
I know the P probably stands for pacifista, but I don't
Yes.
I don't know
Yeah.
what the X is. Probably just
Yeah.
a letter. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it all just means pacifist. But the pacifista is like the only things he's like Roranora Zoro. And like that's
Yeah.
it. That's all we get from them. Is he'll be
Yeah.
like,
They're-
wait, you're weird.
That was weird.
And
You're
they're
strange.
they're really terrifying.
Yeah.
They sure are.
Kuma-
They're really, really fucking strong.
I said this already to you off mic, but Kuma right now, favorite antagonist so far in
Really?
One Piece. Maybe aside from Buggy, but Buggy I like more as an
Where is
anti-hero.
that guy? Where
the fuck
frick
is
I was
Buggy?
ready. I was
The
hoping we
fuck
get
is
the Buggy.
He was gonna come in and save them from.
Wait, isn't
Kizaru.
he in jail? Is he in
Crazy.
jail? No, or is who's in jail right
Peep.
now? Peep.
Peep.
Someone handed it. Our editor
Crazy
handed us a peep.
Theory. One of them's gonna land on Buggy's ship. One of the Straw Hats is gonna land right in front of Buggy.
I didn't even
It's
think
not gonna happen.
You
but
think?
oh, this would be a great. Yeah, if they get fucking thrown around, they might check. Like I have to assume at least one of them is gonna encounter somebody we already know.
Most of the world is water. They're gonna die. Some of them are gonna die.
have
No?
No idea.
I
Well,
mean, it
Kuma
seems-
how
can
this
choose where they
works.
go.
It
Oh, that's
seems like
true.
obvious that he's gonna send all of them to their perfect vacation.
Right.
Kuma seems to. He has his own agenda.
Yeah.
Do you
'Cause he
think
has
he
that thing.
sends them to hell?
That would
Do
be.
you think 'cause
What?
he has the Bible? Like,
I
do you think that he's
Do you
like?
think he sends them to heaven?
Do you think he asks?
sends it to purgatory.
Like, do you think that he like asks like what their favorite thing, so that he's like, okay, if I think you deserve to go to heaven, I'll send you here. But then if I think not, I'll send you like to a volcano.
Zoro's
Like,
gonna
I'll
get on
send
the
you
moon.
to hell.
Zoro's gonna hit the moon.
Oh my
Not
god.
to an L. I do wonder why. I think I have sort of an understanding, but I do wonder why Kuma specifically like punted them all around.
Well, he says
he's not fucking with what the Navy's trying to do here.
Yeah, he specifically calls attention to the fact that he does not have to cooperate with the Navy. That he is working against the Navy in this specific
Because
situation.
as well, like Kuma, obviously, this is not what the Straw Hats wanted to happen.
Yeah.
But this was also pretty much the only scenario in which the Straw Hats are not all dead.
Literally,
Yeah.
why the fuck would they go out shopping? Like, why would that was so crazy. That was so crazy.
They were trying to get the ship coated.
Right.
I'll be
but
honest, if they did.
they not sorry, Hayden's making a confused face, but it was Nami was like, okay, well, let's while we wait for the ship, let's go shopping or whatever. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
And-
That's so normal.
No, it's like go into hiding.
the
Navy's
admiral,
coming.
they're wanted. They just punched a celestial dragon, and an admiral's on the island looking for them. And
I thought I do not remember that happening. Like right after.
like right after they escaped from the auction house.
When they were like, let's lay low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
And
do
then
they
they
do?
were like, Rayleigh's going to be working on the ship, so let's draw the attention away and let's all split up and go have fun on the island so that, whatever. They severely underestimated what they were dealing with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they always
I don't know.
win, so that I guess that's why.
I was gonna say,
Uh-huh.
like, I feel like that's not a thing that I'd be like. They have never had to worry about actually hiding before. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think that that's like a big thing to like, because they also need like supplies and stuff. Like, they have to.
I'm not like surprised that they made that decision. I'm like, yeah, when they were doing it, I'm like, this can't just work out. This can't just work out for them,
Yeah.
I thought that the way that the Straw Hats did fight that one pacifista was when they did take it down, they all used all their special moves to take it down, and it was fucking awesome. But it really does scale them in comparison to the real Kuma, and just how like it's fucking hopeless.
Yeah.
And they didn't even have a chance to face Kizaru. They had to deal with Sentomaru.
Yeah.
The world's
Chopper
most-
had to go beast mode just
Whoa.
to fend off Sentomaru.
That was
Which,
crazy.
Yeah.
when that happened, I went, yeah! I like
It was so
screamed at
sudden.
my computer.
Yeah.
It was so sudden.
I really like that because it's like the last time he went beast mode, it was such a there was such like that build up to
Yeah.
it, and this like I think that specific moment of Chopper going into beast form was such a great way to be like, yeah, shit is so bad right now.
Dire
people
situation,
can't
yeah.
even consider how dire it is.
Yeah.
Everyone is making their last chance move.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, because this arc is essentially like the Straw Hats walk up basically to the door of the new world. And their journey has been going good so far, but they're faced with the harsh reality that they are like not fucking ready for this shit. People are using all kinds of abilities that they don't even understand.
Oh my God.
That are not devil fruits. We see Sentomaru do something pretty similar to what Garp does, where he hits Luffy and it works, even though he's made of rubber.
He's
they're
the
just
most
scared and
defensive man
confused.
in the world.
He's the most defensive man in the world.
It
What
really,
does that mean?
Yeah, it really makes sense too. That like, and it's already been covered by the manga, and we've talked about it, but I do love how it's so believable that the new world is going to be just another level because the Grand Line is just a filter. Only the strongest even get to the new world, and even they struggle. So
Yeah.
it's a whole nother fucking ball game.
And the new world is where all of the emperors are.
The Grand Line. The Grand
Dude.
Line is Pirate Plinko.
Whoa.
Pirate Plinko.
I fucking knew. Wait, hold on, I'm actually trying to visualize what you just said. That is crazy. I knew they weren't gonna just get to Fishman Island, dude.
They did?
One way or another, if they do ever get to Fishman Island, it's gonna be. I feel like it's
That's actually
gonna
where
be
they
a
all
while.
got sent. All straight to Fishman Island.
That'd be amazing. That'd be kind of cool.
They'd have to go back and get their ship back.
Yeah, I do wonder what happened to Law and Kid because they ran into some pacifistas.
They
We don't
sure
see what
did.
happens to them.
The pretty much all of the supernovas are left in a state of disarray. The fights, seeing one of the pacifistas and Kizaru just absolutely go to town on the supernovas is so fun. The moment where Apu shoots Kizaru through and he's like, "Oh, that surprised me," and he immediately teleports to Apu and kicks him like through a building.
Yeah.
It's just so fun.
Kizaru is. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna talk about his power.
Me too.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's a fucking problem. I can't even tell if
Except for Rayleigh.
But
Yeah.
even Rayleigh was kept on his toes. He has a lightsaber. He's a little glint saber.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he seems about as dangerous as what's his name? Ice guy.
Aokiji?
Aokiji.
Yeah, they're on about the same level. Where it's like neither of them in this situation had to try, and even then, Rayleigh, who's ridiculously strong, was seemingly just kind of like holding him off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, 'cause especially with Rayleigh. Like, Rayleigh was able to deflect a kick from Kizaru, which I'm very interested to see what this thing is that they'll learn to be able to like interact and touch people with Logi fruits.
Yeah.
I thought it was because he's called the Dark King
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. I thought it was just in response to specifically the light fruit.
Could be.
Like
But I have to assume that like the Straw Hats are gonna have to eventually learn how to punch light and how to punch water and a fucking Iceman and
Maybe this-
Fireboy and
This is an introduction for hockey and its uses. Maybe they're gonna learn hockey.
You guys,
something.
we freaking Goldie Roger freaking turned himself in.
Yeah, we got gold.
What the
Gold
hell?
lore, dude. Also,
He was sick.
first of all,
What?
Ray has all the answers that they want,
Yes.
and they turned down the opportunity.
Because they
to
were
do
like,
that.
of course they did.
Ray, we don't want any spoilers. Shut up.
Well, one of them did. Robin was like, "Hey, I want to tell me," and he's like, "Do you want to know?" And she's like,
Because
"No."
Yeah.
he confirmed that she was on the track to find out for herself. And I think that's what
Yeah.
convinced her to,
Yeah.
you know.
I do like that we their conversation led them to come to that conclusion in a way that does feel natural. Like Robin was like, "Please tell me," and he's like, "Well, if I told you now, there's nothing you could do about this information, and you may come to different conclusions as you figure it out. So your journey will matter." That was good. But then when Usopp was like, "But is the One Piece in Laugh Tale?" And then Luffy's like, "Shut the fuck up! I'll fucking kill." I was like, "Luffy, shut the fuck up! I want to know."
Really?
Yeah,
That's so Luffy. That's like
No,
yeah,
it was. It made total sense. It pissed me the fuck off.
'cause you wanted
nonetheless.
to know.
Because I want to. I want to
Okay, yeah.
fucking know.
That's fair. Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
No, Luffy just like he went down a spot after that.
Okay.
I was
See,
pissed
that's
off.
that's one of my favorite Luffy moments where he's like, "If I know the answer, I quit." He's
Yeah.
like, "I will not. I'm done being a pirate."
It was so. I mean, it was so on brand, but it was also like, Luffy, this is why your daddy left. You know?
Oh my god.
This is why you couldn't save your friends, you stupid.
Yeah, that's what
my
I'm saying.
God.
He's so impulsive, and like it's fun to be impulsive sometimes. But let's be real. Him punching that celestial dragon is why they're fucking in this scenario.
But
That's
should
why-
he have let Cammy become a
why-
slave?
Yeah.
No,
is-
just save
Oh.
her and don't punch the dragon.
But he shot Hachi.
He was gonna kill Hachi.
Guys, listen. There's no right answers.
No, I think Luffy had made the right answer. I just think the consequences are fucking
Yeah.
awful.
No, I mean, I loved it when he punched
yeah,
the
it was
dragon,
awesome.
but it's just like Luffy. You are failing upwards at all times.
I think he just failed downwards.
Yeah.
I think he just failed.
No,
Yeah,
no, he's so
fully.
used to failing upwards. He
Failed.
didn't realize he was failing upwards.
I think my
I'm just being
favorite
bitter right now. I do love Luffy so much.
bit of lore that came from this that I just I didn't think about. The fact that Roger was only the king of the pirates for
A year?
Yeah.
a year to 2 years at most.
Yeah.
Was just not something I had considered because
Yeah.
I was like,
Served, cunt, died.
yeah. It's like I was like, oh, Roger's king of the pirates. Okay, he's probably king of the pirates for at least 10 years. I was thinking he's
Right.
been king for 20 years.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what I
Since
thought. But
he
no,
was
he
a
he was
baby.
like, man, I'm gonna die soon. I better do that thing that last thing on my bucket list, which is become king of the
Awesome.
pirate,
Become
conquer
cool.
the
Which is
Grand Line.
conquer the world.
Yeah.
And then I love Rayleigh's like, I bet you're gonna conquer the whole sea someday. And Luffy's like, I'm not conquering shit because the pirate king is the freest person alive. Which
That
I love for
was
Luffy.
phenomenal.
Um,
that was one of the best things Luffy has said.
Yeah. And then the guy from Laboon's caretaker was
Crocus.
Crocus.
He was
Was
on
the
Roger's
doctor.
crew.
Yes, sir.
That's
That's why he knew Rod. That's why he made a little reference to
Oh,
Roger at the end of that arc,
yeah.
where he goes, "He's just like you, Roger."
He's
When they're
just
leaving,
like
when they're
Yeah.
starting their journey on the Grand Line.
Also the
Isn't Oda crazy for
Yeah.
shit like that?
Yeah.
the Roger can hear the voice of all living
What
things.
The fuck? Isn't that what
What the
Zoro?
hell?
Oh no, all things. The voice of all things.
Isn't that what Zoro was doing? Or no? Or am I
It's a
thinking
little different, I
something else?
think.
Could be. I mean, we don't know.
He said, "No, he could just hear the voice of all things, just something like that."
That
It
was,
is
that
so
was
low-key.
crazy.
Yeah,
That was
the language they use is pretty much the same. Not to say that it is the same ability that's being used, but that is what they say about both of those things. Is Zoro's like hearing everything.
if
I thought Zoro was hearing everything like the breath of like hearing everything breathe.
if Zoro's
Yeah.
if Zoro's
Which I guess
master
is similar.
Zoro
was
has to
on
try.
Roger's crew, that'd be crazy. Because
that'd be cool.
he was the one who taught Zoro about listening to the sound of all things around.
Uh-huh.
That'd be cool.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Another thing. We basically worked backwards for this one.
Yeah.
At the beginning, back in the slave auction house, the auctioneer, he runs and he picks up a transponder.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's
Doflamingo,
right.
I was gonna
the
bring
auction
that
house is
up.
under attack.
That's right.
And Doflamingo's like, well, good luck, buddy. You're fucked. And he also, he dropped some stuff that I had no idea was in these chapters, but he's like, hey, we're done with shit like this. It's the time for smiles now, baby.
Yeah, it's the era of smiles, baby.
Which is very interesting.
Looks like he joined a
and
cult.
then he's like, but you have no fucking clue what's coming, do you, buddy? Ace is about to be executed.
Oh.
It's about to be Whitebeard versus the Seven Warlords.
Fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
I can't wait for 300 chapters from now to get to understand what that means. Exactly. I have to see how that plays
God,
out.
I'm so excited for Doflamingo.
I'm if there is a time skip coming very shortly, it would be interesting to see if the war, however long this time skip is, if the war that's about to happen is going to be continuing throughout all of that, or if it's going to be skipped over. I hope not. I don't know. Or maybe we still have another 200 chapters to get to whatever this fucking time skip is, but I would imagine it's soon. Right?
You are very
Sleepy.
Well, now it's not gonna work.
What were you about to say?
You're super obsessed with this time skip.
I have been wondering.
Why?
I've been wondering when it's going to happen for a long time
Just
now.
let it happen.
I would say, yeah, honestly, don't worry about the time skip.
Go with the flow.
Don't worry about it, hon.
Okay. I'm not worried about it, but I just
Don't
thought
sweat it.
He's scared.
You're
He's
terrible.
scared.
You're
He's
shaking your
He's
boots right
sweating
now.
right now.
Scared.
I just think it would be an insanely bold choice for them to be separate for a while. I just think that'd be crazy.
That would be crazy.
But also, part of me hopes that's not the case because I love seeing them together.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not ready for like Nico Robin's forehead. Like I just don't want to.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, like she'll look great, but like it's never gonna be the same.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't look at spoilers. Anything else we want to talk about from these chunks of chapters before we start?
I think that's it for me.
Great, awesome, very cool.
I like in the end seeing each of the Straw Hats, especially like Sanji getting so desperate to save people because that's his thing.
Yes,
Is he's like the guy that protects the weaker Straw Hats, and seeing him be like, "Fuck, I need to be here, I need to be there," until he gets the moment to where he like hops up to kick Kuma, and Kuma just like boosh
Yeah.
into a tree. Brutal stuff.
They were getting
Yeah.
so desperate, and the desperation was palpable. It was
Yes.
like the fear and just like the anguish at losing their crewmates so suddenly. I did watch this scene in the anime. Once again, was disappointed,
Yeah.
but there was some good stuff in it.
Yeah.
It just didn't. What I like about how it was in the manga, the thing I liked the most was that it all felt so sudden. And of course, the fucking anime draws it all out. You know, which I guess in some ways can be kind of like it can extend the terror. But for me, it was just like, oh my god, this is such a slugfest to like sit through. But yeah, Luffy's freak out is really something.
It's brutal.
the
He's like
episode.
digging into the ground and
Yeah,
very hard to watch, and the voice acting is incredible.
yeah. All right, are we ready to get into homework?
Let's do it. Let's end this shiz.
What do we read? Give me like 30 chapters.
All right. So, I was crunching the math, and I was like, I'm going to give them the whole next arc. And
Hey,
I looked
calm
at
down,
it,
boy.
and if I gave y'all the whole next arc,
I'll do it.
it would only be 12 chapters.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
I'm cool with that.
And then I was like, can I do like, and I couldn't find a good spot.
That's fine.
But I kept. I think what I'm gonna do, because I think it will honestly help us with pacing as well, in the long run. Even I think I'm just gonna give y'all the next 2 volumes, and I think there's a nice little end point at the end of the next volume from now. So we are going to be reading to chapter 532, which I believe is 19 chapters.
Okay.
If I'm doing my math correctly.
The end of volume 54.
Sure. Yes,
And
I
we're-
believe so.
So we're reading up just until the end of that volume.
Up
Okay.
until the end of that volume.
Cool.
And I think pretty soon here, we're going to be coming up on a One Piece only episode. If that is okay with y'all.
Well, we will have to coordinate that because we are coming up on a
I
Finale.
assume
Golden Wind
so.
only episode very soon as well.
They
Oh,
might be back
Man.
to back.
I was
know
gonna
how
say
many
if
we
they're
have
back
left.
to back, that'd be awesome.
That would be
cool.
perfect.
We could. We'll talk about that off
We could
podcast.
dress
I have
up.
ideas
Just
just for us.
Yeah.
Well, Clayton, we have a busy episode. We have a busy next episode.
Sure thing.
'Cause you will be watching 7 episodes
Holy shit.
of Golden Wind.
Hell yeah.
I hope you're happy.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I saw almost on my regular TikTok feed. I wasn't doing any scrolling. I think I almost saw part 5 spoilers today.
What?
Because
How
it was
so?
it started. The video was like when
Careful.
my card declines at therapy, and then it was like episode I don't remember of my therapist brings out episode this of part 5 of JoJo's, and I'm bummed because I have a specific image in my head of what it is, and nothing super spoilery, but now I just know that I'm like,
When
well,
you
when I
see
see
that
this
frame,
very
you're
certain
gonna,
thing
yeah.
happen,
I'm gonna need to know off.
I'll say it off the podcast.
Off the mic, what the hell that is?
What the moment is?
Because I'm so
my
close to
TikTok-
losing my goddamn mind.
My
I'm sorry. I
TikTok
really.
It's okay, no,
This was unavoidable.
It's not your
Yeah.
fault. It's
has
not your
been
fault.
also trying to spoil me. I haven't been like.
Whoa.
I specifically, when we started this process, I went into TikTok. I deleted Twitter and I went into TikTok and I muted like Luffy, One Piece,
How
all
dare
of
you
these
mute
things. Like
Luffy?
I muted a lot of tags,
Silencing him.
and now just because of the type of people and the type of like content I enjoy, every once in a while I'll like see somebody like shooting video, and in the background of their like just like the decor of their room are like wanted
Oh,
posters,
yeah.
and I'll be
Yeah.
like, oh. That's not
Uh-huh.
that I know what that character looks like now, and that's very different than what I thought they looked like right now.
I haven't seen spoilers in a while, and I'm very happy.
Wow,
Well,
you are because you've already
congratulations.
consumed them all. You ate them all up.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Also, expectations.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We're about to make some dreams come true, baby.
Whoa.
That's all I'll say.
I'm very
In
excited.
a good. Oh, that makes me scared.
What?
Whose dreams?
Mine.
Mine.
Okay. For not spoilers. For expectations for this. A lot of cool episodes coming. The last 3 are quite a fucking ride, and you're not gonna shit yourself.
But you may be pissing.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, you're gonna be whizzing yourself. I love these episodes that are coming up, and we love them. We cannot watch the last 3 of those 7 tonight because Lucas specifically was like, I need to be there.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't have enough energy in me to watch 7 episodes tonight anyway, so it works
Yeah,
out.
I don't think I do. I don't even know if we have time for that. So, all right. With that,
we
love you. Good night.